Hello, current wine blog subscribers and future wine blog subscribers. You've clicked on www.larrythewineguy.net. I am a certified sommelier, level 2, and a wine and spirit specialist at ABC Fine Wines and Spirits at the Sunrise location currently, and in the future, in a brand new location in North Miami Beach, Florida. So, today's blog entry is going to be about, number one, the category of rosé wine. I love rosé all year long. I've never understood why people only thought rosé was for the springtime weather and summer weather and colder climates. They tell you that we don't import rosé, distributors will say that, until next spring. I say, well, what do people drink in this area? They say ice cold beer or margaritas or ice cold or rum and coke. It's all cold, so why not wine? They drink white wine, they drink Pinot Grigio, they drink Chardonnay, so why not rosé? And I think rosé is the greatest category, and I'm not talking about white Zinfandel. I'm not knocking white Zinfandel for people who drink it, but number one, it's not white, it's pink, and number one, there's not much Zinfandel in there. Normally, any grape varietal made in America requires only that 75% of that grape that's on the label be in the bottle, and the rest could be blended. There's nothing wrong with that. People do it, except for Oregon Pinot Noir. It's 100% Pinot Noir, usually by state law, or just, you'll never see an Oregon Pinot Noir, put it that way, without 100%. But most other grapes, Chardonnay, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot that you're familiar with, in America, 75% is the minimal rule, and very rarely will you see even close to 100% of the grape you thought you're drinking. So white Zinfandel doesn't fall under that category because there's no such grape. You can't say that's the grape varietal. There is no grape called white Zinfandel, so they put whatever in it and some sugar, and it's not what we're talking about when we talk about rosé. Rosé could be made from any grape. In fact, Pinot Grigio is a red skin grape, but yet it's a white wine, right? Pinot Gris or Pinot Grigio. That's because they don't put the skins in the contact. See, so if you eat a red grape and you bite inside it, you see white, you don't see red. I only know of one grape that actually bleeds red. Inside is red and it bleeds red, and that's Alicante Bouschet. There might be others, maybe I'm wrong. I'm a sommelier, but I'm not like a rocket scientist or a master sommelier. But yeah, that's the only grape that bleeds red. So it's the skin, mostly the skin, seeds and stem, but mostly the skin color, that the pigmentation by soaking in the ferment tanks that give you that nice red or first pink color, and then left in longer contact with the skins, the juice becomes red. So you could basically make a Cabernet Sauvignon Rosé, Merlot, Pinot Noir Rosé, like we've talked about from Oregon and Bodecker Cellars. But I thought if I was going to do this wonderful category of wine that pretty much goes with everything or just by itself, I would do something a little interesting. And I'm talking about an area today that is not in Calabria, which is south. It's on the toe. If you know, Italy is shaped like a boot. And the toe of the boot is Calabria. And Calabria, which is, from what I hear, I haven't been there myself, but I hear, and I know a lot of people that are Calabrian, is one of the most beautiful islands and beautiful places on the face of the earth, not just Italy. And there's a winemaking region called CIRO, C-I-R-O, but not pronounced Cairo or CIRO, or it's like cheer. Cheerio, Cheerio, or Cheerios, CIRO. And the grape in that region, which is a DOC area, CIRO, is Gagliapo, the red grape. And that is what usually when people drink red CIRO, they do make a white CIRO using, and there are a couple of other grape varietals that are popular there, a white CIRO with Greco Bianco, which has no relationship to Greco di Tufo. It's just a different grape. But mostly when people think about CIRO, they think of the red. But like I said, any red grape can be made into a rosé. And I was told about this wine to try it, and that's why I thought I'd do the blog entry about that by my wine. What is he? His name's Paul Quaglini, and you could follow him on Twitter with ABC. Been with the company forever. He's well, his job title changed. He was my wine supervisor, and then I think he's my wine and spirits supervisor. But now I think he's my wine and spirits sales consultant. Anything. He's a great guy, and he knows a lot. And he's also, after going to Italy and studying for like months and not sleeping, he is an Italian wine ambassador. So I must bow down to Mr. Ambassador, who recommended that I try this rosé of Gagliappo from CIRO. And it's by a great producer, Ippolito 1865. Ippolito is a quality family producer and one of the higher producers in the CIRO area. There are many famous ones, and this one is not so famous. It's another great selection that ABC carries in the Italian wine section of wine importer Nadia Galati from Albarello Imports, and we carry their white Greco Bianco, and we have this rosé of CIRO, and we carry a red as well from Gagliappo, from Ippolito, and Paul told me that this is one of the most interesting rosés. I left it out. I'm feeling it with my hands right now. It's too cold. Another problem. In America, people drink their white wines way too cold, or rosés way too cold, putting it in ice buckets and thinking colder is better. And you don't taste anything but cold. And we drink our red wines way too warm. They need to be chilled down. So I tried to let it go open. By the way, this is called the Mabilia, if I'm pronouncing that right, Mabilia. It's the name of named after an 11th century princess who lived in Calabria, but 100% Gagliappo, DOC from the CIRO region. And I poured some in the glass, trying to let it warm up and holding my hands. It's a good way to warm up wine. Your body temperature is 98.6. Beautiful color in the glass, darker than most rosés. Gagliappo is a very dark-skinned grape, so it's going to produce a darker-skinned rosé. He told me that this was just, he said I was $12.99, by the way, $12.99 for this CIRO rosé, and that's pretty valuable for a rosé, or a good value-driven price. Let's see if I can get anything on the nose. The glass is still a little too cold, but let's see if I get anything on the nose at this point. I do. It's starting to open up now. Pretty bright cherry, but also, more importantly, that's overtaking the cherry, and some white flower notes, but is a tremendous amount of watermelon. Just beautiful watermelon. Almost looks like watermelon juice if you look at it. So how could people say they don't drink stuff like this in the winter? That rosé's only, why not? If you drink a white wine and it's chilled or slightly chilled, why not during the winter? Why is it because it's its color? It's only for spring and summer. I don't get that. Rosé is the best category. In the south of France at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, or from Spain, from Italy, Giovanna Tantini's Chiaretto from Bardolino. There's just rosé all over the place. Stuart Bodecker's rosé. The rosé category, even in America, is growing, with Bon Cristiani from California rosé, Fleur, from California, Pinot Noir rosé. Rosé is in if you drink dry rosé. Dry rosé, not with sweet rosé. You can drink sweet rosé, but to me, when I think of rosé, I think of this: a red grape with less skin contact, or less time with the skins. Cherry watermelon flowers. A little bit of hint of persimmon too. If you haven't had a persimmon, one of my favorite fruits. Let's see what we get on the palate. The soil from Calabria makes my tongue tingle from the minerality that's in the wine. Cherry comes out more with just now the watermelon that was on the nose so strong is in the background. But there's a very interesting, like Paul had told me, I agree with him, There's kind of like an irony, not an irony, it's an irony that I'm drinking something that Paul recommended. Now, he's great. Like an iron component to it. Wow, this will give some of those southern French. This is totally different than Provence Rosé, which usually uses Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre, sometimes Cinsault. Gagliapo Rosé, CIRO Rosé. I don't even know if I want any food with this. This might be dinner. It's CIRO Rosé. It's what's for dinner. You just made it's so inviting that you could easily drink this wine with a excuse me, I have an itching. Somebody must be talking. Paul must be watching this or thinking about me. Somebody's itching. Anyway, this is absolutely delicious. A little spice too. I like that. And Calabrians are spicy. Their food, their seafood, their foods. They use these Calabrian peppers. This would be a great wine with anything from Calabria. This would be a great wine with just about anything. This would be fun with even something off the grill. This would be great with fish. This would be great with just some white bloomy rind cheeses, really light cheeses like a brie, not a camembert, or even fresh cheeses. This is a good wine for burrata. One of my favorite cheeses from the Bari region. That's the other side. You go around if you go the Ionian Sea, you'll get Sicily, but if you go all the way around, you'll go on the that would be the eastern side. You'll get on the heel of the boot. This is the toe of the boot. You'll get Manduria, and you can get some really good burrata, and this would be a great wine. That's just a watermelony, cherry, floral, irony, minerality. That's just a knee-slapping, delicious rosé. I mean, that's a wine. I'm not tasting any. I don't really taste any residual sugar at all. I mean, if there is, it's traces. It's just darn delicious. I could see why they named it after this princess because I'm sure she was a beauty. I've seen Mabilia, and or maybe it's probably butchering the name, Mabilia. Okay. I'm sure Nadia Galati will correct me somewhere on the pronunciation, but Ippolito, we have these wines available at ABC. Drink more rosé. Try their red CIRO, the regular CIRO, the red, and try their Greco Bianco CIRO, the white CIRO, which maybe we'll do on a future tasting. But this is the kind of stuff that when you go to a fine wine spirit shop like ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, any location, or you go to a restaurant, this is the kind of thing that's unique. Just go by taste, go by what your needs are, explore wine. Don't just keep drinking the same brand. A guest told me the other day, I tend to be with wine when I try something outside or a friend tries the wine, I tend to stick with that forever. I just keep buying that brand. A brand is going to taste different. This wine will taste different in a different vintage. What vintage are we drinking here? Well, it says 1845. That's an old wine. Now, this is 2016, which is what you want for rosé. You want fresh. You don't want to go back vintage, but I'll tell you, it must have been a very good vintage because this wine is delicious. But the weather people think older is better. Oh, I don't know the difference. You will. You will. A lot of people come back to me and turn back a wine they've been drinking for years because they got a vintage that was bad and they think the wine is bad, and it really isn't the wine is bad. It was just a bad year of that wine. And so explore stuff like that. Go by taste, go by budget, but don't go by brands or grape. I mean, would you ever go into a wine store or restaurant and order a CIRO Rosé and say, I want something that's a Rosé of Gagliapo? Not going to happen. But when you go by taste, you taste this, $12.99 a bottle, and and then you got something that you really like, and your wine palate develops and develops and develops into something new. And ask your ABC Fine Wine consultant, and bringing that up. Remember the service. I'll remind you one more time. Hit the follow button. Follow. Put your email address that's on this blog It's on the left side. If you're looking on your laptop, just scroll down a little. You'll see my Instagram updates. You'll see follow me, but you'll also see a space to put your email address. That entitles you to have me with you. My ex-wife didn't want me that way, but you, for wine knowledge, only wine knowledge is you don't have to listen to me talk forever, but anytime you need wine help, 24/7, 365, I will email you back with my personal cell phone number, which wherever you are at another ABC, at my ABC in Sunrise, or when I'm down in North Miami and somebody's not there, or the wine consultant went home or is off that day and nobody can help you, or you're sitting in a restaurant, or you're sitting in an airport, or you want to bring wine to a friend, and you're even at one of our competitors, I'm offering that service for you following this absolutely free blog of www.larrythewineguy.net. So don't be shy. 347 people we're up to now from in the 200s. We were a couple of weeks ago, are following this blog and subscribing, and yes, utilizing that free service. So once again, drink more rosé. Try something from CIRO. Nadia Galati, you've done it again. You've brought in another great wine. Paul Quaglini, thank you for the recommendation. This is the Ippolito 1845 Mabilia CIRO Rosé, and it'll be in our Southern Italy wine section at ABC Fine Wines and Spirit. Until I see you again, this is Larry Baker, Wine and Spirit Specialist, Certified Sommelier Level 2 for ABC Fine Wines and Spirits, and the host of www.larrythewineguy.net. In Espanol, that's people ask me how to say it in Spanish. It's Lorenzo El Hombre de Vino.net. If you put that in your browser, nothing will happen, but it's fun to say, just like Gagliapo. Have yourself a great day. See you again next time.